All right. What about Google ad campaigns? Some people say it's a good time to run PPC campaigns when everyone's at home. Others say it's a bad time because everything's going on. What are your thoughts on that?
You want to take this?
Yeah. So I do a lot of Google ads and I do a lot of spending and I just want to say to everybody out there and commiserate that we have to spend so much on legal terms. They're inflated. So what I have done is I have dialed my ads back, but I have not at all paused any of my campaigns. And the reason being is that even though Google Ads seems so instantaneous, it actually is constantly learning. And if you just pause your ads, it sort of takes you out of the running. And I do want to share an insider tip that the minimum spend in Google Ads for them to like concurrently run your campaigns constantly is $1,000. So if you're spending less than $1,000 in Google Ads and you're wondering why your ads aren't constantly running or there's a gap or when you go to look for yourself, you're not there, it's because you're not hitting their $1,000 threshold. That was kind of like a lull announcement. But
Is that per day, per week, or per month, or just lifetime?
It's $1,000 per month. So if you're not meeting the $1,000 per month threshold, I forget what actually happens, but there's a weird like gap in the concurrency of your ads. And I just don't want to take myself out of Google learning about my customers and my click-through rate. And to me and my company, $1,000 a month, especially we're still getting leads from it. So if your Google ads are working for you and you're not having any trouble with it, I would definitely encourage you, if you have to lower your spend, definitely continue meeting that $1,000 threshold. But I'm sure Andy provides some great value to his attorney customers, and you should definitely retain his services.
So we've got a couple clients, actually specifically one DWI attorney in New Jersey, who the problem that we're having right now is that he's just not spending. There's not enough search volume for him to hit his spend, which is challenging. But we're not turning anything off because he's not spending. If no one's searching, then he's not spending pretty much. So it's like we're leaving it on. But the thing that is crazy to me is a lot of times lawyers, they hit tough times, or really anyone. I mean, this is human nature. This isn't just lawyers, but basically things start getting tough and then they can't, get business. So then they cut their marketing. But the problem is that the marketing and the advertising is the one thing that's bringing the clients in. So it's kind of like, how do you expect to bring in the clients if you're not doing the marketing? Now, the exception is if you're going to, you can pay for your marketing with your time or your money. Most of what we talked about today is paying for marketing with your time, because that's really what's happening right now. Because even if you wanted to spend $1,000 a day on DWI terms in New Jersey, it's not happening because people aren't searching, So, but at the same time, there's other things you can do like Facebook ads, which are proactive. All these types of videos that we talked about, you could boost them. I don't like boosting, but it's the easiest way for most people that are not tech savvy to get more reach. Is you could take these videos that solve problems and you could boost them, or if you know a little bit of Facebook ads, you can run through Ads Manager and reach a little bit more people, But I don't think that I would cut. I mean, we're not cutting ads for anybody. It's just they're not spending as much because the search volume isn't there. But look, if people are searching for it, then it means that they're looking for the services. So I wouldn't cut anything because it means they're looking for the services.
Yeah, and my impressions are only down like 10 to 15%. So it's really not that decrease that. Excuse me. It hasn't decreased that much for me anyway. I don't know if that speaks for everybody, but again, Google is constantly learning. So if you pause your ads, it sort of takes you out of their running for placement. And when you come back,
their algorithm,
you have to get that snowball effect.
Yeah. And somebody said Google doesn't care about false clicks because they make too much money. Would you agree? I don't know that they don't care about them. I just think that they can't really do much about them. I always tell our clients, look, you gotta figure a third at least of your ads are your ad spend is wasted. That's what I think anyway. Maybe, and I think it's different for different verticals, but one issue is that marketers will see that, especially in like personal injury attorneys where it's notoriously expensive, they see, okay, these are the guys that are willing to spend $200 a click. So I'm going to click on their ad, then I'm going to call them and I'm going to try to sell them marketing services. So that happens a lot.